Welcome to Martini Time. So we meet again here at 5 o'clock. I so enjoy our getting together at a happy time in the evening after work when you can have a drink. My parents used to have a highball. My father would watch his watch till 5 o'clock. Is it time yet? Is it time yet? One of the few things he left me, one was the 5 o'clock happy hour. Don't start at 1, 2, 3, 4. Start at 5. Wait till 5. Keeps you from becoming an alcoholic. So today I wanted to. I saw this on my wall, and isn't that nice? I forgot. I got it in New Bern many years ago. It's some craft or something store. They had a lot of these. I think it's a Mayan mask. Put it on like that. See, but really struck me, and so I wanted to talk about that today because well, you can tell stories off of this. Things like this. You can tell a story off my teddy bear. You can tell a story off Mother Mary. You can tell a story off my little Hote, my little laughing Buddha. The stories are metaphors. Stories point to facts, and they point to you. So this is a metaphor. I keep talking about metaphors, and if you're getting tired of it, I'm sorry. Because I'm still trying to understand them. Right. So this is a metaphor in the sense that you are this mask. Okay, now that's the metaphor. You are this mask. Now the metaphor means that you are and you are not the mask. So metaphors are ironic. So you are not the mask, of course, but you are the mask. So these are two contradictory frames of reference. One reference is this thing here. This is this. That's the law of identity in science, in reason. A equals A. This equals this. This cannot be this and this teddy bear simultaneously. This is this. This is this. This equals this. This equals this. This equals this. Everything equals what it is, you see. But the law of the metaphor transcends that. So this is this, but this is also you. And if you love somebody, like if you love your teddy bear, you could say the teddy bear is this, but the teddy bear is also you. But anyway, so the idea of the metaphor is that it is the tension of the two. See, there's a tension in the metaphor. The tension is between, what is this? You see, there can only be one. There can only be one reality. But here I'm saying there's two realities. This is you. You are this. Je suis this mask. Or I am this mask. There's the difference right there. So if I say you are this, well then you are an it and this is an it. Two its. And two its can't be the same it. So there's a contradiction. So the tension of the contradiction creates energy. It generates energy. I don't have, like positive and negatives of a battery. The metaphor, because the tension cannot be resolved logically, the tension cannot be resolved rationally, intellectually, because this is not you. But it is, you see. The Zen koans are metaphors like this. So a Zen koan would say, you are this and you are not this. Now which is it? If you choose you are this is this, you're wrong. If you say this is you, you're wrong. Now choose. See, lose. You can't choose. But you know there is a one. So the tension forces consciousness to evolve and to transcend the duality of this is this and that, you see. Forces a transcendence and a aha. Yes, that's me. I am that. Je suis masque, you see. So when this would be a realization. This would be a satori. This would be a awakening, an enlightenment, you see, to see this as you. Now what would that mean? That would mean that suddenly you saw you had been hiding behind a mask. That suddenly you realized that my whole life has been protecting this image, this persona, this mask, you know. And when I see that, the seeing is this. Because I am seeing. I am awakening. You see, I am not an it. This face here is an it. And that's the self-image. I'm an it. And I try to enhance my image. I try to fix it. I try to go to therapy. I do meditation and yoga. Try to fix it, make it better in the future, you see. I keep looking in the mirror and say, oh, I'm too fat, or I'm not fat enough, or they're better than me, or whatever. The comparing mind is this mind. It's always comparing itself to everything else, measuring itself, calculating itself, figuring out what to do, you see. The calculating mind. But that's not who you are. That's the third person mind, the it mind. I'm an it. Remember in grammar, I keep talking about this. In grammar, there's the first person, I. I speak. When I speak, I'm the center of the world. When it speaks, I'm just a bunch of its among other it. I'm just an it among other its, and there's survival of the it. I'm going to be in competition with other its to be the one it, to be the top it, you see. But the I is not in competition because there's only one I. I am. That's the center. And it's the whole cosmos as the center, not just a bunch of I's. This is where people get mixed up, you see. Like the first person means, well, yeah, okay, there's I, and then you got an I, and you got an I, everybody's got an I. No. When the first person awakes, you are the center, the one. You see, but at the same time, you're still an it. You still know that you're just an it among its. But the primary awareness, the soul is awake. This is the soul. The soul awakens. And the soul is one. The soul cannot be divided. Its can be divided, you see. You can chop something up into a bunch of its. Keep chopping. You keep chopping up more its. You know, there's a war on terrorism. Well, it's an it, so you keep chopping up the its, trying to kill them, and you just create more its. You see, but so you can't find the one among its. You keep looking for the its, it just keeps dividing. You see, but the soul, the I am, before it becomes a mask, the I before it becomes an it. Who were you before your parents were born? You see. Who were you before the earth was born? Who were you before the cosmos was born? This I is timeless. This seeing, this knowing, is the intelligence of the cosmos. This seeing is the eye of God. It was on Facebook today. So the eye with which God sees himself is my eye. I forgot, Master Arcart, doggone, I forgot what it was. But it's one eye. The eye that you see God is the eye that God sees himself. In other words, there's not two eyes. The soul is one eye. The poet Mark Whitman talks about the world soul. And poets sing of the world soul, the one soul, the one eye, the one that awakens, you see. It's Buddha nature. When Buddha awoke, and he said, I am of this 10 fathom long body, I am the one, you see. The idea of the one. And Jesus, when his awakening as the Christ, he's talking about the one. I and the Father are one. So he's speaking from this I, not from this, you see. But we get into trouble because we try to read Scripture and we read the words of Buddha and Christ as if they were an it. And that separates us, you see. Now I'm an it reading about its, and it doesn't make sense. Because they're speaking to us from here. They're speaking from here is in here, you see. There is no separation. When this eye opens, we're all the same eye. So when I'm talking to you and you're listening to me, you're seeing me as an object. I'm imagining you as an object, but I don't see you, you see. That's the advantage here. I see you as me. There's only one I here, and I'm speaking to that, you see. So in our speaking, our one eye becomes one. That's the problem with visual senses. You know, the visual senses separates us. So when you see me and believe your visual sense is showing you the reality as it is, all it shows you is that you're separate from everything. It denies or avoids this. Everything is a mask. Everything is an it, you see. Everything is an object, including me, you see. This is the it world. And this is the materialistic world we live in. So it's really this materialistic world of its, because of its pain, because of its suffering, creates the tension in which the I is born. So this I is being born all the time. It's being born in you. This is a birth. This is the mask of our personality. Our it is a mask for the birth of our soul. This is what Mad Men was about. You know, the birth of a soul, the birth of I. So we're always in a stage of labor. We're always coming out. First it's a little peak. Then we keep moving through, but it's always done through pain. The labor of pain is the pain of giving up the mask, you see. But when the labor of birth is also joy. The labor is joyous pain. Joyous pain, you see. Compassion is joyous pain. This is compassion. This is the two, the it's separated from each other. Longing for oneness. Longing for oneness with the world. Longing for the one. Longing for unity. And out of that longing, the one is born. The soul, the I am, you see. But the I am is not an it. It's not separate. That's where people make a mistake. They say somebody has an enlightenment experience and they think, my God, I'm God. I feel like I'm God, you see. But then they make a mistake because they've just immediately translated the one into an it. Now I'm an it that's God. See? And everybody looks at you. Who do you think you are, God? You see, you're an it. So everything in our material world gets translated immediately into its. Translated immediately into I, it. And I'm separated, you see. So the I, the soul, the I of the world, the I that knows, the single I right here, you see, that I is the I of the universe, but it sees through you and me. The universe is intelligence. The universe is alive. So it evolves us humans. So we have a brain that will support the mind that can awaken the I of the universe. So the universe evolves us so it can see itself. It's very simple. The Indian mythologies have all seen this. They all see this as God. The Indian idea of God is that he creates form as himself and forgets himself in form, animals, humans, and he creates the play in which he remembers himself. So there's a surprise. Aha, I see you. And that's what awakening is like. When if you have a sudden awakening, you look in the mirror and you recognize yourself. I see you. Where have you been? You see. But it's a long labor because the mask will close back up. And then you long for then you weep for the experience and say, oh, I want it to come back. It's like romantic love. This is romantic love where there's one I. You fall in love, there's not two, there's one. That's it. So each experiences their soul in the eyes of the other. They look in the eyes of the other and they see their soul, they see the one, you see. And it feeds each other. So it's ecstasy. But the world of it, you just say, get away, don't come see us, don't come and expose us, don't take a picture of us. Don't turn us to stone, you see. So they cling to that little grotto, the little eye to the eye that is born out of two, the one that is two, you see. But then the mask comes back, and the glow fades off, and then two it's. And now, that's marriage. You have to keep working on it. But we all remember these romantic interludes where the I was born out of two. The one was born out of two. And they're transformative moments. We never forget it. You see, so we try to recreate it. But it can't recreate this. It can't, through effort, you can't awaken yourself. Through effort, you can't be born, you see. So the soul can only be born when the it lets go of its fascination with itself, with form. When the it lets go of its love affair with things and the possession of things and the acquisition of things, you see, when the it relaxes its effort to be better than it is, its effort to make tomorrow better than today, when the it begins to relax this tension, the I is born. It's a creative idea. When you have a problem, you've got two contradictory frames of references. You want to get this box open. You want to get this project done. That's reference to the future. I want to get it done. I want to have it done in the future. But the contradiction is that I can't get it done. So there's the two opposites. There's the I can't get it done. I want to get it done. And now I struggle to get it done, but I can't figure out what it is. So the tension calls for me to surrender the effort to get it done, so that single idea can be born. Aha, I know what to do. And then you just do it. The problem is gone. But the labor process is the tension of the labor, and then the realization that you can't do it, I can't find the keys, and you give up the search for the keys, but you don't stop looking for the keys. You just give up the search, and you rest in not knowing where the keys are. And suddenly, you turn over a magazine, and there are the keys, you see. That's a simple variation. But the idea here is I hope we've told the story of the mask and expanded the idea of the birth of the soul, or the birth of the single idea, the creative idea, or the birth of realization where your pain goes away, or the birth of understanding where you see my ignorance, my misunderstanding, where I see with a wider angle instead of my narrow focus, you see. So it's all contained in this. The labor of life. Life is labor, my labor, to give birth to me as a true individual, as true nature, as my essence, as my word, as my voice, you see. People say, what's the purpose of life? Well, that's the purpose, to be who you are, which means just be here. That's who you are. You don't have to go where. You don't have to do anything to be better than you are. You don't have to go anywhere to be better. You are perfectly perfect as you are. But the mass, as in it, says, oh, I could be better. I got to fix that. I got to learn more. I got to make more money. Got to get my toenails cut, you know. So anyway, thanks for dropping in today. And I'll see you in the morning for our metaphor for your toolbox.